Dr. Dorsey?
I was also going to comment, I think we had also said that presentations that are to be made to the board, we're going to look at a way to streamline those as well. Is that correct, Dr. Locke?
That is correct. We're going to be shooting for a more of an executive summary style of overview, trying to get, particularly for the larger presentations, we'd love to be in a 10, maybe 15-minute time frame at most. We will continue to include all of the appropriate backup documentation, any appendices, charts, graphs, etc. But the presentations, we've worked with Cabinet on limiting those. And certainly, at the pleasure of the board, it will answer whatever questions from those presentations, but we're going to do our best to abbreviate those.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. It will still continue to get all of the detail, right? And we can ask questions, but it's incumbent upon us, and I think we've all taken that very seriously over the last couple of months, that we will review all of the detail, but we're really just going to have things presented at an executive summary level at the board meeting, and we can feel free to ask questions that we have on any of the detail, but it's incumbent upon us and assumed that we will have dived into the detail and know what questions that we have, rather than trying to go through these very voluminous reports at the open session. So, Ms. Herbert?
I love it, and I'm glad we're holding this to 10 to 15 minutes, because I'm telling you, you were all out there squirming. I was dying, because I put this face on like smiling and enjoying every minute of it. I was dying inside, so we just need to put that 10, 15 minutes on there and call it a day, and that's the truth, and I love this idea, and we shouldn't keep students out late, and I know that one day it was too late, and I felt so bad. But they were great things, but too late for teachers and students.
And I'm in full support of this. I think it's got a little something for everybody. We were struggling with you're kind of darned if you do and darned if you don't, depending on different segments of the community, and we felt like breaking up the public participation into two sections, one early session, one later session, that we really have something for everybody, and that it invites the participation from all segments of the community and gives everybody a chance. So I'm in full support of this. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I hope it's embraced by the community. Mr. Kyler.
Yes, and I want to emphasize that, like they've said, we will see all the detail, and I think I also want to emphasize, anybody in the community that thinks we're cutting things short, we're not being transparent enough, they're more than welcome to send an email, and it will be addressed. And that was one of our concerns prior to this. Staff does some great reports with some great numbers, and we've got people who say we're not transparent enough, and you want to show it, but there's also a time limit, and it's two-edged. So I think we want to make sure public knows if they want to question something, send some emails if it doesn't get addressed, and we'll get to that detail.
I appreciate you mentioned that, Mr. Kyler. Like I said, we're going to continue to provide all the detail and all the information necessary, but some of these things we could talk for 10 hours about, and we still wouldn't be done. And so we want to make sure we're honoring everybody's time and making sure we have time to honor all agenda items as well. So.
I think that we need to have a little bit of flexibility and leeway with that, right? If there's a topic that we know board members have a lot of questions about, there's a lot of detail to dig into, then we should basically put that forth and say, this is going to be a work session. Yep. Rather than trying to do it within this context and drag out the board meetings for an extended period of time.
Absolutely.
Board members, any additional comments?